So I don't know how many of you remember this, but when Michael Masi was moved out of his role as race director for Formula 1, he was placed into another role within the FIA. However, the news today is that he has left this role, citing personal reasons, wanting to spend more time with his family in Australia. And to be honest, I wish him all the best, and yeah, just hope that nobody's going to give him death threats or anything like that for that. But one of the things that's still coming to mind for me is the issues that we have with race direction in Formula 1. And it is predominantly in Formula 1, though there are still more structural issues within the FIA. Now, a while ago, I said that the election of Mohammed bin Sulayem as FIA president to replace Jean Todt was a good thing, because it was a difference in authority, because in some kind of establishment institution, in the way that Jean Todt was the preferred successor of Max Mosley, and Mosley wasn't necessarily Balestra's preferred successor, but it wasn't the worst to have. So this seemed like a new clean slate, and then immediately the new president set himself more about things such as Lewis Hamilton wearing nose rings and the stud Lewis Hamilton's nose and earrings than he did thinking about things like sausage curbs, which we've seen too many times causing massive accidents. I mean, we saw the one in WEC this weekend with the GTE Aston Martin, the TF Sport one, having the door ripped off, flipping upside down because of hitting a sausage curb side on. And I think for me, F1's the best place to look at this in terms of the issues the FIA has. There is still such inconsistent application of the rules. You have drivers allowed to change gearboxes without getting penalties. See, Monaco actually, I think both Perez and Sainz were allowed to change gearboxes without any penalty, where I believe they should have had a penalty, because they both crashed in qualifying. And there have been other instances of this throughout this year where they've gone, oh, you broke park filming, that's fine, we'll give you a one-off for this, which I believe they should have been harsher on. At the same time, things such as running drivers off the track, or forcing drivers off the track, or forcing contact have gotten different penalties in different places. And part of it, you could say, well, what if we had a static team of stewards? The problem is, if that static team of stewards and that static race director were poor quality, inferred poor quality, not able to put in the rules to a way that people deem they should be, but not everyone's going to be happy with issuing the decision, of course, then we'd still be at the same problem. I would argue instead the problem's with the rule books. And again, it's part of, we've had the same establishment in charge of things like the FIA for decades. And the new president just needs to completely overhaul it, and he needs to have his people do that. Because Prince Liam hasn't seemed to be too intent on that. In fact, I can't think of much that he's actually done apart from some bits and pieces of restructure. But even then, those bits and pieces of restructure, the changes of roles, for example, will only properly see the impact of when new rule sets come in, which for F1 we're talking 2026. For rallying we're talking, 2025? I believe? Yeah, I think they said 3 seasons and then it's a new change for the WRC. Yeah, that is concerning a bit. So hopefully there's more changes for the better soon. But I think I know where I would prioritise these changes, especially if I'm someone like the president of the FIA. It would be going back through the rule book, making sure it's clear cut so that every stewarding team should come to the same conclusion. So there's none of these leeways. It's all clear cut, and it rewards those who, don't crash their car in qualifying and have to change chassis or gearbox. Simple as that. Well, I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.